Chai,
Chai,
chai me,
chai me,
chai me, bitch,
chai me, bitch,
chai me, bitch.
chai me, bitch.
Yapping all the way, yeah, I've got the whole day. Chai,
Chai,
chai me, bitch,
chai me, bitch.
chai me, bitch. Hello and welcome to episode 4 of... Where is it? Chai me, bitch.
Say too early. Nice.
Second episode already, huh? Yes, still don't know how to be a good guest.
Well, everybody, I'm back.
So we're back again with Wisan. I don't know why we're doing this to ourselves, but here we are. And on this very special episode of Chai Me Bitch, we're going to share way too much about our personal lives because we're going to talk about dating and relationships and our non-existent love lives. How you feel about that?
It's basically talking about something you don't have. How can you talk about something you don't have if you don't have it?
You need to manifest, Wisan. Okay, you put it out there in the
Okay.
world and you hope it happens. So today we're going to talk about a lot of non-existent things, but that's okay because it is my podcast. So before we begin, let's just shout out everyone that has made everything here happen. Of course, our beautiful voices. Shout out to, I guess, my mom for giving birth to me and like giving me vocal cords or
And
whatever.
maybe the microphones
And
that
Audio
Audio
Technica.
Technica loaned us.
Yes, of course, Audio Technica for all the equipment that you see here. And behind the camera right now, we have the one and only Jayden Nation.
Jayden.
Yeah, he's every time we say his name, he will just do a dance, and then he
Yeah.
just makes me think like, why did I say his name? You know, but I'm kidding. So thanks to Jayden for making everything else happen that you see right now and you hear also. And other than that, I think we also have to shout out Alif for the soundboard because I always have way too much fun with it on every episode. And today I gave Wisan like full reign to also grab this whenever he wants and just press whatever he wants. So Wisan's just gonna be wilding also lah. Yeah.
Also,
and-
side note, you may hear some drilling,
Yeah.
but that's just, according to what Preeti says, just people working, they have lives.
people have jobs, you know, so,
So-
someone else somewhere is getting renovation done and we just gotta live with it lah. Life goes on, right?
Pardon them.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna, if you're gonna hear a little bit of sound, then get over it, okay? Very mean, so sad. But yeah, it
life.
shouldn't be that bad, so we're good. And other than that, today we also have a very special chai tea.
tea,
No,
huh?
I was gonna say tea. Then I was like, stupid, your show called Chai Me Bitch, you say tea for what? So
Teeny
I'm-
bitch.
I really put the bitch in Chai Me Bitch. Yeah, so today we
Correct.
have chai from the moon. So
Ooh.
come, Wisan, pour us some
So
chai.
the astronaut collect for...
Wisan, please, can you pour the chai? Because I'm going to act like you didn't just make the lamest joke in the world. But yes, I'm going to shout out the moon. So if you guys haven't heard of the moon, they are located at 37 Moss Street. Hey, don't anyhow spill. Wisan's going to pour this as close to
ASMR.
the mic as possible. Yeah, so the moon is an independent feminist bookstore. It's a lot of things lah. So bookstore, community space, cafe with vegan and gluten-free options. So the chai is one of them and it comes in these really beautiful bottles that you also see on the table right now. I'm very excited to try it. So yeah.
Maybe pass me your cup so I can pour.
I said this is the circus.
Oops.
This.
Tomfoolery, clownery.
I'm very excited to drink chai though. This is the first
It smells really, really good.
I can smell from here. Come. Thank you.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Also, last time when I was part-timing at this like restaurant,
Start already. Why
I
now?
went up to like a person and I served the person food and I said, here you go. And she got so angry. She complained to my manager and said, you are asking me to leave? Yeah.
Like here you go. Huh? Why is she so sensitive?
I don't know.
Here you go is
So,
kind of normal. What?
Yeah, just
You want to drink
funny
the chai
story.
or what?
Okay,
Today
sorry.
or
Oh, my
tomorrow?
mic dropping.
Come. Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you, the moon. And shout out to Ruby for making this happen. So cheers.
Mm.
Oh my god, it's damn nice. It's so good. Wait, what is in this? This is next level chai for sure.
I told you already, I smelled it and I was like, this is exquisite.
It has like a vanilla taste to it also. I don't know, I like it a lot. Sorry, mom, but I like this chai a lot. I like yours too. This is great too. I'm very excited to. This might be one where I actually finish before I finish like we also have 2 more bottles offset lah. So I'm probably going to bring all those home. So yeah.
We might even finish it just right here and then lah. So
Cheers with Jayden after the shoot. Okay,
Yes.
so
back to the topic at hand.
correct. So today we're going to talk about dating, our love lives, and all that. So I guess maybe some context to begin with. What's your relationship status, Wisan?
So let me begin with my sexual orientation.
Yeah.
I identify as beautiful. No lah, I'm gay, and well, that got too real too
No
quick.
lah, I'm gay. So cannot be beautiful, is it?
Yeah, you can lah if you think I am. Yeah, so it's I think it's harder for like lesbians and gay people to find love in Singapore or anywhere in the world. Like it's just generally tougher for these people because I don't know. I guess there are just fewer people like us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so my relationship status currently is single. Single is the relationship status. And I haven't really gone on dates before,
Okay.
but I have interacted with like guys lah on apps and stuff. Okay,
On
Preeti, your
apps.
turn.
Oh, wow, Wisan so shy. Also, before Wisan continues to share more, just now off camera, I'll say, like, don't worry about judgment because if anybody judges Wisan, then I will personally like handle it lah. So wait, what am I gonna
what
do?
does that
No lah. I'm
mean?
just like. So obviously in this episode we're gonna share a lot about our personal lives. So if you're not about to hear that or you're not interested, then I honestly stop listening. But if you want to know and you just want to hear how we have navigated, I guess, the dating space and just our own experience and stories, or like maybe some like concerns or fears that we have on our own, and of course it's gonna be very different, right? So we just want to put all that out there. Hopefully it's useful. Hopefully like people who are going through the same thing can relate and maybe have advice for us, or maybe our advice will be useful for anyone out there.
Yeah, leave your
So,
comments and
yeah,
and
tell us everything.
what we're doing wrong.
Yeah, a lot, probably a lot. Yeah, but basically this that's the agenda today. That's what we want to do here. So
The
we're
gay
gonna
agenda.
we're gonna share a lot about. You're gonna know way too much about our lives. Okay, that's what we're trying to
Yeah.
say. So don't judge us, but if you do, then it's the internet. That's what I expect of you. You know, to be really horrible
And cruel.
So surprise me by being really nice. Yeah. So
Hey, it's your turn to like share.
oh, right.
what's
I feel like everyone knows about my relationship status because I made a song this year in I think January or February called Single. So the whole song was about me being single, and that has not changed. So it is September right now. I am still single. Am I available? Yes. who am I kidding?
a
to?
lot of
Of course
guys cheering in their houses now.
Wow, where are y'all? Okay, just I'm here right now. I'll give you Jayden's studio address. I'll put in the description box.
Anyhow,
Come on
little-
down. I'm kidding.
You
I won't
get
do
mugged
that.
and stuff. It is our fault.
Jayden gets marked for no reason.
Take
No
my
lah.
camera.
Yeah, but I mean, my relationship status has been like, I've been single forever lah. So I've never been in a relationship, and yeah, I think I just joke about it a lot. I mentioned that in my content a lot because I think it's quite. I wouldn't say it's very rare, but I think it's quite rare to have like friends of my age. I just turned 26, so I am never been in a relationship, and of course, like my friends around me, they're all like around my age. Literally every single person has been in a relationship, so it's just very. I guess I'm a rare one lah. You know, it doesn't mean it's a good thing, doesn't mean it's a bad thing. It's just rare. It's just you don't hear a lot of us out there. But we exist. And yeah, I don't know. I think for a long time in my life, I felt very bad about it. Like I felt very, not bad, but I always felt like, why nobody like me? and then, you know, you get all the self-esteem issues. And then you just feel like, but all my friends have been in a relationship. Like, there's no one, like, why am I so unlovable? Or why am I so unlikable? But then in reality, I'm like, come on lah. You can't put pretty and unlikable in the same sentence. I'm kidding. But you know, eventually, of course, you grow up and then you realize that you cannot just keep blaming yourself, what? You know, like if people you meet in your life are just not emotionally available or like wrong time, you know, this kind of like, there are a million different reasons or excuses sometimes, but
Which we will delve into it.
yeah, but it's not your
later.
fault, you know. Yeah, so eventually, like, I think it probably took me years to get here and just be like, yeah lah, I'm single, so what? You know, I don't hate it, I don't necessarily love it, but I'm okay. You know, I'm definitely fine with it. It's not something that I would whine about like I would when I was younger lah. Yeah. So how do you feel about being single? Do you feel like
Okay.
yeah? How do you feel about it?
So I think my friend YY and I, we kind of have this like common agreement between each other that the both of us are pretty independent to the point that we don't need like a guy in our lives.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We've just thought about ourselves, each other, that like we have that same mindset of each other. So I think it's kind of like a self-fulfilling prophecy. Like you keep hearing things like that, and you just think like, oh yeah, you're strong, a person. You don't need a man or like a partner in your life. But I guess sometimes it's nice lah to have that someone that you know will be there for you when like emotionally and you know like
Physically. I mean, it's true.
honestly lah,
Yeah.
lah, like physically as well, and yeah lor, and it's just a nice person to have around you. You can't expect your friends to like be there for you all the time, but then when
Yeah.
you have like a partner, it's more of a one-to-one thing, and I feel it's more intimate, and that's kind of something that I think a lot of people want in their lives.
And I think I think also at the start of like when I was old enough to like date or think about these things, I also probably thought like I needed it, or you know, it's something that like I have to have in my life. But exactly what you said, you know, I'm at a point in my life where I know for 100%, like I'm 100% certain that this is a want. This is not something I need. This is not like, I am the most independent person I know,
Yeah.
you know? So I feel very like, I definitely don't need someone in my life. I don't feel like I want someone to rely on or someone that I can turn to for like this or that. But it's just something that I crave and I want. So it's just like, it's having your person lah. It's a very, if you watch Grey's Anatomy, the phrase having your person or like your person is used a lot. Like how Christina and Meredith are each other's persons. Okay. But anyway, so yeah, it's for me, it's like very, I just want my person. I want someone to be like the person I think about with, if something good happens, something bad happens, anything happens, you know, I want to know who's this. I want to have this person that I'm going to go to for all these things and just be there no matter what. And of course, like, it's a bit wishful thinking to expect someone to be there no matter what. But I think in what I mean, it's not like a physical 24/7, I'm there for you, but just, I think about you all the time and you're the person I want to share my joy, pain, success, everything with. Yeah. So it's a very like, it's just, I know I can do this alone and I know I can completely be on my own and be fine, but it's just, I just want it lah. It's just a very like basic human like need and craving, you know, you just want that.
And I think
Yeah.
one line that encapsulates this very well is we both know this because we both watched Miss Americana.
Oh.
And that portion where Taylor was like,
Yep.
I'm right here at the peak of my success, and I'm supposed to have someone here to share all these joy and love with, but there's no one for me to call.
Yeah.
And I think that's quite poignant lah. Like it literally sums up what you want in a partner lor.
Yeah, and that line actually hit home quite like quite insanely for me, because I don't know, like I feel like for like when a lot of good things happen, of course like I have my friends with me, I have my friends like just backing me up and just there for me throughout a lot of things, but it's different. It's very different. Like, you know, to have your sibling there for you, your mom there for you, and then to have friends there for you, it's not the same as having your person, the person that you want to pick out your phone and be like, oh my gosh, you know, you just want to tell them every single thing that has happened. So
Yeah.
it's just that when Taylor Swift said that, I was just like, wow, I can relate like I can relate to Taylor Swift. Am I a basic bitch? Probably, you know? So but when she said that, I was like, yes, bitch. I mean, yes, bitch in a very sad sense lah, because it's not something to be happy about.
Yes.
But yeah, so
Understand.
I guess that's essentially our stance on relationships also, and what we both like want. I guess it's pretty same, because we're not looking and we're not like actively like, oh, okay, we definitely need someone in our lives, like I cannot survive without someone. We just know that it's something that we obviously crave, we obviously want. But in terms of actively searching, I would say that I am probably the one that's actively like on apps or like meeting people or actually trying to date, but we sounds definitely not as like active in that sense.
Yeah,
But
I'm not, but
yeah,
I'm
you want to
still
share
there
like
lah.
your talking to men experience?
Okay, so I have Tinder lah, and then like I think a couple of months back I bought Tinder Gold for fun.
Ooh.
And like you can see who swiped right on you, and a lot of them are not like my kind of like type.
What's your type?
Don't wanna share.
Really? Okay, share
Okay, I
like
think-
some
I think I
qualities
like
of your type.
like must be assertive.
Ooh.
Funny is a bonus.
Uh-huh.
If you are like a bit muscular, also not bad lah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And yeah lah, honestly, that's all. Yeah, and you cannot like you don't like when you talk to me, don't just talk about like army and stuff like that. You know, like not the straight boy kind of. I don't know
We
lah.
started so young. I love it.
Yeah, like Yeah, lor, that's kind of my type.
Yeah.
And I don't really see these kind of like people on Tinder, at least for those who swipe right on me. Like,
Yeah.
or like in general when I'm swiping. Like.
Yeah.
And I think this is something we both also have in common. I think you more than me. But people swipe right because they know who you are. And this happens quite a lot on this app called Grindr. I don't use it, disclaimer. I don't use it. I just like go in and see the kind of people that are on it. And
So that means Wisan uses it.
no, I use it. I use the app, but I don't use it to seek like whatever people are seeking on the app. So like,
So you just exist on Grindr to like suss everyone out, but not interested actually like doing anything like talking to anyone lah.
yeah lah, correct lor.
That sounds about right.
Yeah,
I do that
and-
also. I get it. Not on Grindr lah.
and to see like what people are like seeking, you know, like what they want. So every time when I open, right, like I'm not even there for 5 seconds, so I'll get at least like 2-3 messages that say, "Oh my gosh, are you pretty? Please intern."
How much do you hate me? That's the question.
Very fun. I reply and say, "No, this one is a catfish."
Actually, okay, so I think I have quite a lot of fun with this. So I don't know if this is an asshole thing to do, but mine is very in your face. So I don't think it's mean. I think people know I'm joking lah. But every time like last time, like pre-COVID days when we were out like almost every weekend, Friday night, Saturday night, and then people are obviously intoxicated. They're all over Clark Quay, Boat Quay, and then they're like, "Oh my God, are you pretty please?" And then like, it
All
depends
the
on my
time.
mood, but I will just be like, if I'm in a great mood, I think I'll just be like, "Oh my God, no, that's my twin sister." So I did that so often that actually once that landed me a date.
Yes, I know that story.
Yeah, so I actually like bumped into this guy and he was a really nice guy and he was very attractive. So he came up to me, took a picture of me, and then I pulled the whole "no, I'm her sister," and then we laughed it off. And then after we left, he left Boat Quay, he posted the picture and then he said, "I met Pretty Please, but no, I think it's she said it's her twin sister. So yeah, I guess I didn't meet her." Something like that. It was like a funny caption, and I was like, "Hey, this guy got sense of humor."
Funny,
So
huh?
what did I do? I commented on the picture, and I was like, "Oh my God, yeah, I'll let her know. I'll let her know that you say hi." Like I did something. I played along, and then he said something along the lines of, "Yeah, let me know if Pretty would wanna like grab a drink," like something like that. And I was like, "Sis, did I just score myself a date with my non-existent twin?" So
You go to the mirror and ask yourself the questions.
it was so good though. Like it was really good. And then
It is.
I mean, obviously he played along like he knows I was joking lah.
Yeah.
And then it just we ended up going out and we still would like randomly, but I mean nothing happened. We did not like date for a while or anything. Like we did not end up together. But we did bump into each other like a few months ago with Wisan also, and Wisan
Yeah.
got to meet him. Super
And
nice
he was
guy.
super sweet.
Yeah, yeah.
He was like telling me like, fuck what everyone else says. And,
Yeah,
like,
he was
just, like,
giving Wisan advice about like army
and
also.
everything. I was like, wow.
He should have like dated me again.
Should have
right?
been
Yeah.
us.
No lah, but yeah, we're like friends on Facebook, Instagram and stuff. So cool, he's a cool guy lah, and I'm glad that like, you know, sometimes really I think for me, being an introvert, which no one believes by the way, I think like really alcohol obviously helps me be a better version of myself. And I just do everything better when I am slightly intoxicated because it's really liquid courage for me. So I would have moments like that lah, you know, I'll be like, "No, I'm her twin," you know, I'll be so confident to say that. But in reality, on a very extreme sober day, somebody bumped into me, I just, "Yeah, hi." You know, I'm just very bad at it. I don't know why. So I'm sorry if I've ever had the awkward hi to you. And if you kena the twin sister thing before, then you're welcome.
You remember
because
how many people
that's
used
great.
it on and on? No.
A lot. I would say like 15.
Wow.
A lot. But they're always like Friday, Saturday night clucky moments. So like maybe they also forget. You know,
Correct,
maybe they
correct.
really believe it's a twin. So I'm sorry. That's the worst thing I would do lah.
Have you named
Yeah.
your twin?
No, but if people really ask, then maybe I say like, "Oh, Priya," or something. Pretty.
Oh,
or like
that
ugly.
works.
I don't know lah. I don't know. I never thought that
So
far because
sad.
people don't go there. People just laugh it off.
Yeah,
and
when you're
then
intoxicated, you're gonna ask like, "What's your twin sister's name?"
some people might
Oh.
like that, but
Oh.
yeah. So I think like I do that. Yeah, I do that quite often, and it's a lot of fun. But that's about the maximum of the deception that I do in my life lah. Other than that, it's like exactly what Wisan said. So on dating apps, it's crazy. So I also got Tinder Gold, and funny story, I just got banned from Tinder. So I think I got banned because maybe my account got reported as a fake. Like maybe someone thinks like I'm getting catfish, but it's really me. And also I think because my account's super inactive. So I've downloaded it for months and you can see the amount of people who have liked you. It's ridiculous. I have like 2,200 men who have swiped right on
Wow.
me. It's insane. And it's like, how do you even look at it? It's just so overwhelming. It just, and I know that of at least 90% of those men are just swiping right because they recognize my face, or they just like don't know, I don't know if she's real or not, just swipe, that kind of thing.
Yeah, like curious
So-
lah.
Yeah, so I know that in reality it's gonna be to sift through everything and to actually talk to people that I'm also interested in. It's gonna be it's just very overwhelming. So I never like put that on myself to like, okay, I'm gonna one day scroll through my Tinder properly. So I just eventually gave up using Tinder. I didn't really like open the app, and then that day when I randomly opened it, right, you have been banned. And then I'm like, bitch, I paid for a premium account till
No.
December. So who am I supposed to write to? Because I mean, then again, I'm not that invested in Tinder lah. So
Right,
I
it's
just
a bit of a waste of money.
yeah. So honestly,
No, thank you.
no, thank you. I'm not that interested to be back on it. And based off my own experience, I think Tinder's a very it's a very hookup app lah. That's what I would say, because I think a lot of people are on it not to date or not because they're looking for something serious. I think it's usually even with the profiles, there are a lot of like half naked people with like just booty call details, saying what they're seeking in bed and stuff like that. So I think for me, it's always like Tinder's quite a turn off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, bitch.
Yeah, yes, bitch. Tinder is quite a turn off. So I'm glad I got banned. Thank you, Tinder, for banning me. So now I have no excuse to anyhow talk to 2,000 men that are obviously not my type and don't like me for real, actual reasons. Yeah.
I just cannot talk to people on like dating apps.
Why?
Because when I so usually I don't initiate the conversation, but when I do, it's if like I think the person's like really cute or like the bio is interesting lah. So when I messaged this guy, and then I was like, hi, like just hi, and he didn't say anything, I just said hi, and then he's like, hello, what's up? And then I was
You don't know what I say already.
yeah, I was like, honestly, do I be honest or like do I make myself somewhat interesting? So I'm just like, honestly, nothing much, just catching up on like I don't know what show I was watching. It was probably Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, and I was like, just catching up on Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt is a really
Yeah.
good show. And then he was like, oh, okay, cool. Then I'm like, why you just leave me like that? Then I was just saying, what are you up to then? And I was like, oh, nothing, just hanging in my bed, like, yeah.
Tinder, is it?
Tinder, lor, yeah.
See, he want you to join him on the bed.
What
Confirm.
the fuck?
You don't care about what show you watch, right? No, but I
Yeah,
get
it's just
that.
very awkward.
The people who are obviously not here to have a conversation and try and get to know you, and they're just
Yeah.
here to be like, let's see where this goes, lor. If they seem like very chill, then I try my luck. Like that's the vibe I get from Tinder. The very half-assed lah. The
Yeah.
responses are very half-assed. The profile also sometimes it's so gross. The amount of people who have the same exact profiles. Like, oh, my ex-girlfriend rated me 4 out of 5. My mom rates me 5. Like, nowhere. Like this is like it's so ridiculous. Like I'd rather you have no bio, because if
Yeah.
you're gonna put that tacky shit that's obviously a trend, or you're just pasting from like.
The worst kind is
Yeah.
do you fall out of the sky cause you are an angel?
Yeah, because reading this makes me want to fucking feel like I just fell down from the sky and broke my head. So, sorry, that was a lot.
Very violent, but yeah.
Yeah.
When I read the kind of bios, that's what I feel, okay? You're just talking shit. Yep. Your stupid pickup line is not going to intrigue me to make me feel like, yes, let me have this lame-ass guy call me an angel because I fell from the sky. Like, what kind of person would want that? I don't know. I think it's very... I mean, personally, of course, it's very tacky. I mean, I do believe that there are people out there who like that, so maybe I take that part back. But yeah, personally, I just feel very like... It's not my thing. It's so cheesy, and anyone could have Googled this. Like, it's not you. Like, even if you just made something like... Even if you just said like, hey, I'm like blah, blah, blah. And honestly, just on here because I'm bored and I want to meet new people. Even if your bio was like that, at least it's real.
And it's honest.
Yeah.
I
And
guess if that's what you're seeking, like.
yeah, and I mean, if you're just going to put it out there that I don't know what I'm looking for, but I'm here to figure it out. That's true, because a lot of people go on dating apps to figure it out, or like they don't know if they're ready for commitment or relationship or whatever, or like they don't know what kind of people they're gonna meet. So you can't predict these things. So I get the whole like, I have no idea what to expect out of this, but I'm gonna try talk to somebody and see how it goes.
Right.
Yeah. So
Speaking about what kind of people that you'll meet, you haven't really told me the kind of people you would like to meet. Like, what's the type of guy that you're into? Assuming you're straight lah.
Assuming I'm straight.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, okay. So I am straight, and actually I think because I've been single for so long, I think a lot of people like think that, oh, maybe she's bi or maybe she's lesbian. I kinda that in poly before. Some kid went around telling everyone I was lesbian, and then I'm just like, I mean, whatever floats your boat. Like, why my sexuality matter to you? But yeah, last I checked, I'm straight as hell. So, I don't know, what kind of guy do I like? I think it's very lame lah, but I like someone who can make me laugh. And
Must not date me, right?
Must not date myself, right?
Exactly.
You make me laugh.
Oh,
Maybe I'm laughing at you.
oh, you're sad.
I'm kidding. No lah, but
Besides making you laugh?
I don't know. I just like people who are damn like just honest, like very genuine. Like I love meeting someone who's just like gonna lay it all out there, just gonna put it out, not gonna like play games. I think it's, if I was younger, maybe I would like the whole like, oh, okay, you know, I have to like play hard to get or like all these nonsense or whatever. But I feel very like right now I'm all about being just straightforward. I'm all about just putting it out there. You know, just tell me what you're looking for. If you're not interested, if we're not looking for the same thing, I'm more than happy to like not continue this for the sake of it. You know, because I hate it like it's a waste of everyone's time. What? So yeah, but the kind of person I'm looking for really, I think in terms of physique, it's very like I just gravitate towards like big burly men
Okay,
who
go
have like
on, yes.
very nice facial hair. So that's
there we go.
Shut up,
That's
you
the
just
answer I was looking for.
yeah, okay, I like beards, okay? Not the literal beards. Yeah, so
Yes.
yeah, it's just it's a guilty pleasure. Ew. But yeah, like it's
To grow
it's just
facial hair or what?
Yeah, I've always wanted to join the circus as the bearded lady. Shut up lah, don't ask me for my type, then laugh at me.
Sorry.
Yeah, so I think essentially our types are very, very different because the people
Actually, it's similar in terms of the body type lah, I guess.
not really, but you definitely like pretty boys more than I do. I don't like, I am pretty, you know.
Yeah.
I am clearly supposed to be the pretty one.
Yeah.
No lah, but yeah, I've never like gravitated towards that. I always like super
Salt of the earth.
like
Self-possessed.
come up from the sea, then do like Jason Momoa.
Ooh, Jason Momoa.
Wow. Yeah, so I guess that's my type, and now we know Wee-san's type. So comment below if you're Wee-san's type and let me know. Don't.
That was ASMR, the typing.
Oh, you actually want it. Okay, never mind. Don't comment already.
Ah.
Okay, so I think now we want to talk a little bit about the kind of like messages that we both received on dating apps. So personally, I've been on most dating apps. So I've tried Tinder, I've tried it all, sis. I've tried
Wow.
Bumble, Hinge recently. It's a new one that my friend told me about. So I've been on that.
Hinge?
Yeah, Hinge.
Like
I
door
think-
hinge?
Yeah, like door hinge. Yeah, actually that's kind of weird. I don't understand the
Yeah.
thought process behind it. But yeah, Hinge has been interesting also. That's probably the one I use the least lah, honestly. But Bumble is my personal favorite one because I guess of how specific the bio goes. Because you can literally pick also based on horoscope, and I'm like, I love horoscopes. Like I am literally like a sucker for this kind of thing.
Yes.
And I truly believe like that I really cannot get along with some horoscopes, and it's always been accurate. So yeah, I love that on Bumble you can do that, and of course, you can also do like you can put religions that you want to meet, like if you want to meet someone of the same religion and stuff
Right.
like that. And you can also, the best part is indicate what you're looking for. So you can put like, you don't know what you're looking for, you are looking for marriage, you are looking for a relationship, or I don't know if there's I don't know what are the others lah, but of course I always put the relationship one.
Got like
and
fun option, that kind.
yeah, that's why I don't remember if there's a fun option, but
Probably
maybe I think I don't know yet would probably like categorize as that, but I don't
Right.
know if there's another one. I can't remember because I never pick that. I always pick like relationship, and then I can pick the kind of like guys I want to see. So I'll always put relationship, marriage, and sometimes I'll put marriage. I'm ready for marriage, and I also put don't know yet because I get it lah. If you don't know, you don't know. At least you're honest, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, those are what I would put. So that's why I like Bumble a lot because it's super specific. On Tinder is really, it could be a fake account. Like Bumble also, you have to verify you don't have to, but you can verify your profile. So you have to take a selfie and prove that it's you.
Right.
Yeah, so catfishing is not gonna happen lah when you have a verified account. So
And I know that guys have to message the girls.
girls have to
first.
message the guys first.
Girls have to message.
Yeah, so
Oh.
if I match someone, like whenever the match happens, it will say I have 24 hours to talk to this guy, and if I don't, it will expire. So sometimes it sucks because I just don't open the app. It's not something I check every day. So it's, if I miss it by a few days, then it's like them sad lah, because if the guy really wants to talk to me, he has to extend, and if he extends it, I think he has a limited amount of extends, or it's a paid thing. Yeah, so I cannot extend it before, and then I was just I cannot extend it. but then I was just like, I'm so sorry. Like, I remember the first thing I said was like, my bad. Like, I'm sorry you had to use your, like, one of your extends on me. But yeah, I'm like, sure lah, like, hi, you know? So yeah, it's like the girls have to talk first. And then I remember asking one of my friends before, like, how does it work for, if you're a member of the LGBTQ community? Because if it's girl and girl, then I still don't know this, by the way. So if you use Bumble and you are a girl, like, looking for another girl, like, how does this work? Like, can anyone talk to anyone? And if it's guy and guy, also anyone? Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting, right?
Guy and guy then just don't ever talk, because the girl has to start talking first.
No girl in this
does it
relationship.
work?
Yeah, it's very interesting. But I'm guessing for like same-sex relationships, it should be no 24-hour limit. You know, because how would you determine that? You know, yeah. So it's I have no idea actually. So please tell me, because I think that's super interesting. And yeah, so Bumble has been my favorite, but of course, like, the messages that I tend to get on dating apps are always the, oh my god, is this for a video or is this really you? But people are quite smart lah, because they assume it's like me using this for content, you know, me being on the dating app to like screenshot my conversations, use it as part of a video and stuff like that. So I understand if you want to ask to be wary, because the last thing you want is for me to use our chats and screenshots or your personal details in my videos. So that one I can still understand, like, if you really want to talk to me and you just want to get that out of the way. But then it's more of like a, oh my god, is this really you? And then I kena before, if you're ever looking for a guy that's 6 feet, blah, 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 he put his whole, like, all his stats. Then he say, let me know, would love to be in your videos.
Ayo.
Yeah, very, very awkward. I'm like,
it's like casting call your profile.
correct. You think I come here to cast people, to hire people? Like, then I look for Preetipls intern on Grindr lah, huh? If I want to find a Wisan type. Like, what you want me to do? You know? Like, it makes no sense. Like, who does that?
Find me on Grindr.
Yeah, if I want the same, like, I want to try to find the closest thing to Wisan, then am I going to go on Grindr? No, right? So I don't know why people, like, why would you assume I'm there to cast or to hire? Because that's the furthest thing from what I'm trying to actually do, which is to date. You know? So to me, it's like, come on, I am like a lot of other actual human beings who are on this app to actually meet and actually date. So it's frustrating lah when I get that, but I also do understand the thrill of it, or like if I'm gonna match with someone that I watch like on YouTube, or it's somebody that I follow, it's gonna be exciting, and then I'm probably gonna be like, oh my god, is it really you?
Yeah,
so,
and maybe can like talk also, not just as in an intimate way, but you know, like as a friend.
Yeah. So I get it lah, but I just feel very like taken aback once I kena the first like, oh my god, are you pretty please? Is this for a video? Is this like, once the freak out happens
Turn
on
off.
a dating app, I am immediately like, either will probably never reply you, or I would just, haha, yeah. Anyways, I try and like move the conversation elsewhere so quick, because
Goodbye.
the last thing I want to talk about is work lah. Like, you know, like I close Bumble, then WhatsApp talking about work, Telegram talking about what, open Bumble.
It's like you want a distraction from your work life, but then they're bringing work back to you.
Yeah, and I get the talking about it, answering questions about it, but like, don't make it the whole thing. It's just a bit awkward. Yeah.
Have you used this app called Coffee Meets Bagel?
I've tried before. I've been on it, but I'm just very bad at these things lah. Like I'm very bad at continuing conversations or just keeping up, because I take so long to open the app that I think the person's obviously just like, I probably fake account this one or this girl anyhow one. So
then after that, kena ban.
Yeah, I kena ban from Tinder already. Yeah. So I think like Coffee Meets Bagel, I remember being on it for sure, but I don't think I have had like any like super extensive conversations on. Like, I think I just use for a while, then I delete. Yeah, I have a very bad habit of using dating apps for maybe a couple of weeks, really like religiously, and then suddenly I'll disappear. So I can understand why people think it's a fake account, or like it's not me, or maybe just think I'm an asshole. I'm sorry, but it's just a very bad habit. Like, I do that quite a lot. I've deleted Tinder at least 20 times in my life, but I keep going back. It's so bad. It's so unhealthy. Oh, I gotta say.
No thank you.
No thank you, Tinder. Yeah.
But like, fun fact, my upper secondary school form teacher actually met her husband on Coffee Meets Bagel.
Wow, so
but that was
sign
in
up
but she moved to New York lah, so maybe that helped. Like, the
so it
people
happened
there,
in New York.
correct,
Right.
and like messages that I get from people who are like it's more interesting, and it's more they're more interesting, like, basically, are actually overseas.
Wow.
So
you hate Singapore or what?
no, I never say.
Yeah.
But yeah, in New York when I was there the other time, I opened Grindr, and this person, I think I told you this before, but like it's funny lah. This person actually was wearing like a Santa suit on the photo, and then he sent me like a nude photo of him in a Santa suit, and then he said,
Come get your gifts.
"No, he said, Daddy's here."
I'm so disgusted.
Yeah, that happened.
You
And I
ignored
was
him,
very
right?
scared. Yeah, of course. Like, what am I supposed to say?
I don't know. I don't know what
Hello,
you're
your baby is here.
Wisan! I am so traumatized for you.
Yeah, then I showed like all my friends, like Iman, Tamlin, who were with me, and they were like, "Oh my gosh, meet him, get his gifts."
Ew! I'm so glad you didn't. I'm so glad you are still here with us and did not meet a random Santa Claus stranger and have anything happen to you.
Thank you.
So yeah, no thank you to all the people on dating apps who send unsolicited nude pictures. No thank you to you.
Yeah, no one
Nobody
asked. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you are a walking nobody asked episode. Your existence. Okay. So
Oh my God.
very sad, very mean. Yeah, but I think other than like now we've talked about dating apps and the chats and everything like that. But I think outside of all the online stuff, like offline basically, have you had any like dating experience? Have you like met anyone in the capacity of like this is a date?
No, I have never. Because
you
I'm
looking
just too
to?
scared. I mean, I'm not opposed to an idea like that. So
Yeah.
yeah, not actively seeking, but yeah, I don't mind it lah. If it comes lah.
Oh, that's what he
I
said.
hate you.
If it comes lah. Anyways,
Aiyo.
unfortunately for me, I've had a lot of like actual date experience, but I feel like I don't know like I feel very like jaded. Like I'm very, very jaded, and I hate like I dread the whole like, you know, having a whole brand new conversation with someone and then getting to know them and investing so much emotional like emotions, time, effort, and all these things, and then for it to not work out, I just feel very like exhausted. So that's what makes me very jaded, and then I just feel very like, forget it lah, or I am not gonna waste my time lah, or just eventually stop this conversation, which is very bad lah, because if I want something to come out of this, I need to try what. Yeah. So yeah, I think for me it's I definitely prefer meeting somebody who I already know in my life, which is it's wishful thinking lah. But you know, I love the whole like, if a mutual friend sets me up, or like if somebody thinks that, oh, we have a mutual friend that I think you would like, you would like be great with, or like you should date or something like that. Like I personally like, I'm looking for that, you know. I love that more, because I feel like if a friend's gonna like set me up with someone, you obviously know me well enough to know my type, or to know what I'll be into, or to know me lah, just know me in general. So that's what I prefer, but that's also very like in an ideal world, because who got time to anyhow come pretty set you up, you know. But if y'all want to in the comments, feel free, you know, like put down the profiles. I will go check them out. Yeah.
Also, a hint taken. I will work on it.
Yes.
Yeah. Jayden, help me note down. Yeah. Later I need to find men for pretty.
Find men for pretty. That should be on everyone's to-do list today, okay? Cancel everything else. Like buy dog food or cancel. Right? Find pretty
The dog
men.
stuff because you need a boyfriend. What logic is that?
I would have said. Yeah, but anyways, I think like like all the people that like I why are you laughing?
The dog stuff.
Shut up. Don't starve your dogs, okay? But anyways,
Yeah.
I think like all the people that I've actually dated, like they've only been like one. I think there's only been one guy that I've actually like dated seriously, or like dated for many months and thought like, okay, this was gonna go somewhere. But I guess the issue that I have with a lot of the men in my life, like who I mean in this capacity obviously, is that they are never ready for commitment. Like they always say, oh, I'm actually not looking for anything serious now. Then in my head I'm like, you cannot say from the start. You think I am on a dating app, or you think like I spend so much time and effort and meet you for so many dinners, and I'm texting you all the time and talking to you about all these things that's happening in my life, and then this is for fun, you know? So
Yeah.
it's really like,
Fuck it up, sis. Fuck it up.
they always fuck it up. Like they always hit me with the,
Sorry.
I'm not looking for anything serious now, or like actually I think you know, I think now it's not the right time. Like I always stand on this kind of shit, and then I'm just like, then why? Then for me, you think is like, I don't know. It's like it's to me it's very frustrating. It's like, don't waste my time.
When is the right time then?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like if you don't have a date for that, then it's quite fucked up to be saying that this is not the right time.
Yeah.
Then tell me when.
Yeah. And if you cannot, like, I get that you cannot like predict these things, but also like just don't waste someone's time. Like just be upfront. So that's a personal gripe that I have with a lot of like the people I've dated lah, or like just the dates I've been on. And I mean, honestly, I don't like I wouldn't say the dates I've been on have been very normal. Like my dates are very chill. Like I think it's also because I have no time. So I always a lot of my dates are suppers. I always end up having supper at my house at Al Azhar there. So it's very like if you want to talk about date, I don't know like what you have in mind, but it's probably not what you have in
Not
mind.
like a steak dinner, candle lit.
Yeah, but I don't expect, my expectations are very low. So I don't expect anything like that. But it's just very like, I mean, the last date, where I went. Yeah, I'm not going to put it out there because I feel bad.
Wine.
But yeah, but anyways, I think like, it's just been very, like, I think for me, it's just, if you want to like date me or like date, if you're dating someone, I think it's just important to be upfront and be present. And I think these are things that I haven't found in the people I date. The people that I've dated, or the people that maybe even if it's 1 or 2 dates, there are things that, these 2 things are things that like I've never seen. They've never been like present, especially. And I think another thing that Wisan and I always joke about is that the men in my life always cannot read the room.
Yes.
Yeah, so you want to share about that?
It's just like, I think they say things without thinking first. And it's always like the wrong time. It's not the right time when they say things, and it's very frustrating when a lot of these people don't have that I don't even know what EQ, I guess.
Yeah, I guess it's EQ lah.
Like reading a room and like do you not realize that you have done this?
Yeah.
And you are now not in a position to say things like this?
Yeah.
Like they don't, that is not correlate, there's no correlation for them. And that's like
it's very exhausting, because it's like when you're painfully self-aware, right? And then when you see someone with no EQ at all, it's just a lot. It's just too much to process. It's just a lot's going on. Yeah. Yeah, and I always kena this kind of. So yeah, it sucks for me. But I think like it's okay, a very real example. This is gonna get a bit like too much info, but I think if you follow me online and stuff, obviously recently I've shared that my dad passed away recently, and for me it's like that's some next level heavy shit. Yeah. Straight up. I think if anyone had to go through it, straight up, it's one of the most painful things that you could possibly go through. So if someone's trying to date you at the worst time of your life, when shit like this is happening, don't you think that the least that they can do is be present? Like the least that they can do is just to be there. And if you don't know how, because of course this is not something that, there's no rule book, there's no guidebook that tells you how to be there for someone who's grieving or someone who's figuring very like difficult stuff out. But
there's also something called common sense.
Yeah, it's the reading the room in moments like that. So I don't mean it in a very like frivolous, like super trivial way or just, this guy no EQ. Like I really mean it in a sense where when it comes down to it and when there's like a lot of heavy shit at the plate and you have to deal with this, right? They disappear. They just get very scared. And in my head, in the back of my mind, of course, because I have a million other real things to deal with, very far at the back of my mind, I'm just like, what? Like, you want to be there for me, you want to be in my life, you want to date me, and you think that I'm your end game, and then you come into and then you disappear when the worst thing in the world is happening right now to me.
It's like you're suddenly not ready again.
Yeah, and it's like, I'm not going to wait around for you to be ready when I'm going through actual pain. Like, I'm going through so much, like, so many, like a roller coaster of emotions, and every single day was just like crying nonstop. It's just a lot of pain when you go through something like this, of course. So to have someone disappear because they are scared of your issues is very, to me, that's the worst thing you can do in a moment like that. So I think I've been hurt a lot of times by men like that, because when things get very real, they get very scared, or like they say things like, oh no, like I'm there for you, like if you need anything, let me know, and then they disappear so quick. Like literally there was a guy who was like dating me for a couple of months actually, and during this whole thing he actually asked me out for drinks, and then when I told him everything that was happening, he literally said like, oh, let me know if I can be there for you, let me know if you need anything. And I didn't need anything. All I needed was to be there with my family and to go through what I was going through. So I obviously wasn't going to text a guy and be like, hey, I need you. So I was just dealing with my life. And literally like, and I told him the extent of the situation and how bad things were and how like my dad was in the ICU and all these really, like, I knew it was going to end badly. And I was telling him everything. And he literally took 4 days to reply me. By the time he replied me, my dad passed away. So I think for me, that was very like, wow, that was like fucking like cherry on top. It was like, you, of all times to be a flaky bitch, you chose the worst time in my life. And for me, it's like, okay lah, like thank you for doing that, because you have just helped me made up my mind. You've just helped me know for a fact that you're not someone I want in my life. You're not someone that I think can be there when I obviously need you. And to me, that's the most basic thing you can do for someone that
It really is.
you're dating lah. Yeah, and it's not like this is not first date, second date. This is like date don't know what. And for how many years has this guy been in my life? So you know, for me, it's very like it's the most basic thing. And if you're not ready for that, like I'm sorry, my life is too difficult for you lah. You know, so like, and I have more than enough people, like close friends, family, and people that I have to like turn to. So I'm glad I don't rely on someone like that.
Right.
But to me, it's just like, it's very easy. It's so easy to be there. It takes more effort to go MIA and to not reply, I think. You know, because obviously it's going to weigh on your conscience. So obviously you're going to feel bad. Right? You know, it takes way lesser effort to just be like, hey, how are you today? Or like, hey, how's everything today? It really takes... It doesn't take that much effort to be a nice human being or to just check in on someone. So, yeah lah. So for me, I think that's why I feel very jaded. Because at times like that, the last thing you would expect is for someone to be like, to go missing or to ghost you at a time like that, or to like come back when it's way too late. And then it just makes you feel very like, come on, I have a lot of real shit to deal with, and I'm not going to deal with your fucking insecurities and you being not ready for commitment, you know, because I'm here dealing with real issues lah, and like many people are. So if you're gonna waste someone's time, like do it when they're not going through some messed up shit lah, you know, because they're gonna make it worse.
I mean, it's still fucked up to do it when people are not going through things.
Yeah, exactly. But still, just that's why I think the being upfront and just like laying things out there, you know, especially important things like, are you ready for this relationship? I understand the whole like, don't put so much pressure on things, and don't like say, okay, I only want to date you if we can end up together, if we can BTO, if we can do all these things. Like that's the last thing I so want, because there's such a turn off. It seems very transactional.
Right.
But I think it's a matter of, hey, you know, I'm more than happy to see where this goes. Here's what I'm open to. Here's what I don't want. You know, like if you put that out there,
options lah, basically.
That's enough. Yeah, because if you don't, I cannot read your mind. I'm Singapore's top everything, but not a mind reader.
Top psychic.
So, yeah, so it's like, you know, just put it out there. There is no, you cannot harm someone by giving them a heads up.
Yeah.
Because you are literally helping them prepare. And if the person's gonna act like they're ready, you know, sometimes because you want a relationship so bad, you're gonna like take whatever the person says. Or if the person says like, oh, I'm not really looking for anything serious, then you'll be like, actually, yeah, me too. Just because in the moment you want something. That's just gonna harm you in the future. And listen to them if you're being upfront. You know, that's the advice that I would give. I think that's the main thing I would say lah. And
speaking about being upfront, like for you, is your end goal eventually marriage?
For me?
Yeah.
Wow, you want to marry me? Sorry, we said this.
You like me didn't say. I'm done.
Like me didn't say no lah, but I guess. Honestly, I think at the start of like when I was like 18 or 19, I would definitely want to date, and that person I would want to be my husband lah, which is very super wishful thinking. But now I would say I really am I want to date, I want to see where this goes. I want you to like, I want to be comfortable enough with you. I want to like let you meet my family, let you meet my dog. You know, I want all these things to just happen on its own. And if it happens and we're at that level, then I think I'm obviously like, you're obviously serious. This is obviously very serious lah. You know, if I'm going to introduce you to the closest people in my life and have you a part of my everyday, then I think that's to me going in the right direction. And of course, that's where I guess the end goal would be, we get married.
Marriage.
Yeah, but I definitely don't have like, I'm also not opposed to let's date for many, many years, or let's be engaged for many years and see what we want. You know, like I'm not like I don't have a 5-year plan. I don't have that kind of shit lah. Trust me, I don't even know what I'm having for dinner tonight. You know, so I'm not that kind lah. I'm not that kind of like, you date me, then within 3 years you must propose. I'm not that insane lah. You know. Yeah, what's your goal though?
So I've always thought that I'm never gonna get married, and I've actually told my mom like, mommy, you won't get a grandchild lah. Like, yeah, and I just told her straight up lah, because I want to manage expectations well. So what? And then she was like, oh, okay, I'm fine with it, but. If I do adopt, then she'll get a grandchild lah. So I've never thought I would get married, especially in Singapore when me getting married is an illegal thing. Yeah. So I don't think I've never had the thought of like you know, envisioning how my marriage would look like, how the ceremony would look like. So I don't think I'm gonna get married, and I'm okay with that. Like I'm just happy to have like friends and like a couple of flings, you know, like, just a 21-year-old talking about flings.
Santa Claus is coming to town.
baby. Yeah, so I don't think that will ever happen. But, Yeah, I think it's all right for me, and I'm okay with it.
Yeah, like I also don't want to be that bitch, that one straight friend that
Mm.
that you have that's like, but Wisan, don't say that. I don't want to be that
Yeah.
bitch, because like being practical, and it's very mature of you to like obviously say that. And Wisan's a child, as I've said a million times. Wisan is 21, so of course you really have your whole life ahead of you, and I think it's a matter of not always like going back to that, and not like having that decided in your head. You know what I
Right,
mean? Like
yeah.
don't tell yourself that I will never get married, so I'm never gonna get married, and I will make sure that whoever I date also, I want to tell them I'm never gonna marry you. Like don't
But
I
you-
guess don't like put it out there too much to the point where it's self-fulfilling. Like
Yeah,
exactly what
correct,
you said.
correct, yeah.
Yeah. So I think just always be open to seeing how things go, and whatever you're comfortable with, obviously, and your partner, of course. So like if you're open to meeting people, and like you said, like flings or meeting people and stuff like that, I think you also need to obviously figure out what you want. And
Yeah.
I think a lot of dating is figuring out what you don't want, because that's dating for me. Figuring out things that I'm
Good
like,
advice.
no thank you. Where is it?
No thank you.
A lot of dating is me figuring out what is a no thank you at all. This is what I never want. So I think to be very practical, like when you date, it's a lot of that, and a lot of like making mistakes lah, of course, because you have to learn and you can only learn so much from your friends' relationships and the people that you
Yeah.
see around you, because it's different for everyone, of course.
Yeah.
So I think just don't be closed off to anything, of course. And I'm very jaded, and I'm telling you this, so please listen.
Thank you
Anyone
for the
else?
advice.
Oh wow. Anyone
you,
else
thank
out
you.
there also, if you feel the same way as Wisan, like of course don't be opposed to it, because if you meet someone and you feel like this is something that you want to take to that level that you never thought that you would take it to, don't feel like, oh, but I told myself 5 years ago I won't get married, so I cannot do this. I'm going back on my word. Like don't feel that, because we all grow and we all evolve and we learn so much and we change so much over time. So never be like opposed to anything like that lah. Whatever you're comfortable with, we all can change our goals as we like move on in life.
So Preeti, you wanna marry me? Then we buy HDB and then we divorce.
You cannot say this kind of thing out loud, later we get in trouble.
And with that, we've come to the end of
Yeah, we actually
Charlie
have. Though.
bitch.
I hope this episode was useful, because it's a lot of our personal experience, of course, but I think a lot of people have been through the same thing, or like they thoroughly like feel us in the sense where like they've dated a lot of shitty people. So yeah, but it happens to the best of us, I promise you. Like you have to go through all the shitty dates to have an amazing one and be like, this is what I've deserved all along. And that's an amazing feeling. So get yourself a man or woman or anyone who will treat you like that, the way you deserve, basically. And Wisan and I will be on our way looking for that. So comment below if you want to date myself or Wisan or both of us together. We will make something work. Huh?
Okay, and before we officially end off this
Yeah.
episode, we will always end off with like firstly apologies, as well
Oh,
as
yes.
as a song recommendation from each of us.
I'm so excited to apologize. I apologize to all the men who have tried to date me. I apologize. I'm sorry that you couldn't get me and you couldn't end up with me. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry for you. Your loss.
I'm sorry for not responding to the Santa Claus guy on Grindr.
You sorry for what? You're alive today because you didn't respond.
That's true. Yeah, actually, that's the only person I'm sorry to.
I'm sorry to real Santa Claus because he ruined it.
Ho ho ho!
you
I
are the
went
whole.
there. I went there.
Yeah, who else will apologize to? I'm sorry to all the people that I left on red on or any of the dating apps I've been on, because I just delete it sometimes, and I'm so sorry if like I just left you on red and it was a nice conversation. I'm so sorry.
I also some I guess. I don't know. I don't remember the messages I've like sent. Okay,
Ooh.
moving on.
I'm
Yes.
also sorry to all the people I lied to and say I'm Preeti's twin and not Preeti.
Oh my
I am
God,
Preeti. There's
yes.
only one. Thankfully, there's only one. Yeah, so before we end this episode, we're going to give you guys a song recommendation. And of course, for this episode, it is going to be related to dating, love life, relationships. So, Wisan, you want to do your song first?
Mine is by I almost said Juicy. Mine is by Lizzo, and it's actually this one features it's a collaboration with Ariana Grande. Like it's re-released with Ariana Grande.
I prefer the original, but sure.
Here we go. So it's Good as Hell by Lizzo, and I think I'm happily on my own. I'm feeling good as hell, even though I'm single. So what's yours, Pretty?
What's mine? Okay, so mine is as blatant as it gets. Just now we talked about not needing someone but wanting someone. So this is one of my all-time favorite like Pussycat Dolls songs, and I grew up like I think they were my favorite girl band like growing up. So here's the song. I think y'all know exactly which one I'm gonna play. drink.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I love the Pussycat Dolls, and this song is literally story of my life lah. I don't need a man, but I kind of want one sometimes. But exactly what Nicole Scherzinger said, I don't need a man to make me feel good. She wake up every day, do her shit. So
Yeah,
that is us. That's us. We just get on with life. Life goes on. You don't need to be dependent on anyone like that. So I hope we've given you enough advice or insights in our own personal lives, and
Yeah.
also hopefully something here was helpful for you guys. And we also really just wanted to do an episode that was fun, lighthearted, and something that you guys can laugh at Wisan about. So that's all we have today. Thank you for watching episode 4 of Chai Me Bitch. Let me do this again. Chai Me Bitch. You've just made it to the end of an episode of Chai Me Bitch. Wow, you listened to the whole thing. You like me, then say lah. But if you liked it, make sure you're followed and subscribed so you know every time a new episode of Chai Me Bitch or any other Preetipls video is out. Okay, bye-bye.